naamini ujio wa hawa watu tuna mataifa matatu, si ndio? Tunao Botswana, tunao Sudani. Hii ni Sudani au Sudani ya Kusini? Sudani. Tunayo Sudani ya Khartoum, Sudani. Lakini pia tunao Botswana, Sudani, lakini na Afrika ya Kati. Basi naamini ukishirikiana na Tanzania tunakuwa na mashindano maalum. Jana tumeona pale katika za TFF umeshapanga, lakini yote kwa yote wao walikuwa wanazungumza. Leo tutakuwa ni fursa ya wao kuweza kutueleza kile ambacho tunaendelea. Kama basi nikukaribishe ili tuweze kujua kinachoendelea. Karibu.
Asante sana. Wanahabari wenzangu wa saizi, karibuni sana. Huu ni mkutano wa kiufundi kwa upande wa makocha. Lakini tuanza na kocha wetu wa Tanzania ambaye atazungumzia kwa upande wake maandalizi katika mchezo dhidi ya Afrika ya Kati. Kumbuka mechi inachezwa saa 1 usiku. Kocha, karibu. Hawa ni waandishi wa habari wa michezo. I know sasa hivi unajua Kiswahili. Wanataka kujua kuhusiana na maandalizi kuelekea katika mchezo wa kesho ambao unachezwa saa 1 usiku. Welcome.
Habari. Welcome to all of you. It's always a pleasure to see the interest from the media about our national team, Taifa Stars. The press meeting is because we have the first of 3 games tomorrow against the Central Africa Republic, and then a few days later we'll play Botswana, and then the last one we'll play Sudan. Thanks to our main sponsor Serengeti and TFF for giving us 3 international matches, because that is a very important part of our preparation for this year's activities. What we are preparing for is the activity here in 2022, where we have the AFCON qualifiers starting in June, and we also have the CHAN qualifiers starting in July. So this camp in this FIFA window is an important part of our preparation. Sometimes when we have a camp, we do training, and we are doing training, and the focus is on the training. On this camp, it's a little bit different. Of course, we are still focusing on training, but the main focus is on the 3 matches, because we are playing 3 matches in like 7 days. So it will be match, recovery, prepare, match, recovery, prepare, match. We have invited a total number of 3 goalkeepers and 26 players for this camp. A number of these players are new players, either from abroad or they are from here in Tanzania. So they are coming here to perform, and I can guarantee that each and every one of the players who are selected will be giving playing time to perform, to show what their capabilities. So they will be giving playing time. For the moment, at the camp, all the foreign players arrived yesterday. Means the 3 players from England, they arrived first. There was Hajem Gonga and Ben and Adi Yusuf. They came from England. Then later, same day, yesterday, Novatus came from Israel. And around midnight, the 2 players from Belgium, Calvin John and Samata, arrived. So they are in the camp now, and they will join the training this afternoon when we have our session. The players from Simba, who played in Benin Sunday evening, have not arrived at the camp at this moment. They will arrive later today. So that is the picture we have right now. When we play Central Africa, we have the respect for Central Africa. They are ranking around the same as us. I think all teams, whatever it's Botswana or Central Africa or it's Sudan, and us, we are ranking around 130 at the FIFA ranking. When we play Central Africa, of course, we know that they have some very experienced players. I think one of the biggest stars they have is Geoffrey Kondogbia, who is playing for Atletico Madrid, where he's the central number 6. He played also in the Champions League, so he's a very experienced player. He also been on the France under-21 national team back in the days. So they are good players, and we are ready to give them the respect, but we are ready to go in and give the chance to some of our new selected players for tomorrow's game, so they have to step up. Because the big question for these 3 games is, if you are used to play at national level, how do you cope the jump to step up to play at international level? Because when you play international level, like if you play like a player I mentioned from Central Africa yesterday, 2 things is important. Your time, you have shorter time to be quick in decision. You also have less space. So the time and the space is the challenge to play at the top level, at the international level. And that's what I'm looking forward together with Shadrach to see how these new players are performing tomorrow. That will be very interesting because that is what we have this camp for, is to identify players who can do a good job for Taifa Stars when later this year we have to start the AFCON qualification group, and when we have to start for the home-based player, the CHAN qualification. So I'm very happy that we have this mix of mature players and a mix of new players who are coming in. Yesterday we had the training, and it was very interesting to see players that Aziz from Mbeya, to see George Sempole from Gaeta, Ibrahim from Tosca. And what I can say is that there's a good atmosphere in the Taifa Stars, because we have built like a family. So the players who have been there, they are very open, they come in and they are support. But when we do our training, it's very competitive, because everyone push each other to the next level. So there is a good atmosphere that we are here on a journey where we want to grow, to be better and better. Even last night, we had a meeting at the hotel, and we will have another meeting when we come back here, when we talk about not only the way we are playing, the way we want to attack, defend, and make our transition, but we are also talking about the mental excellence, that you are strong mentally. Because what is a good international player? First of all, I think there are 4 components. He needs to be technical, very skillful, tactical, very quick in perception. Then you need to have football fitness, and then you need to have mental excellence. That is the 4 components who make an international player, and that's what we are training to be better and better. And one of the best forms for training you can do is actually to play matches, because the match is the real picture. And that's the reason, again, I'm very happy that we've been given 3 international games in this camp. It's really good for us, and it's really good for the player, because they will get some international experience, which is very important for their growth and their development. So we are looking forward for the game tomorrow against the Central Africa Republic, and I'm sure it will be hopefully an entertaining game. We are going out there with respect for the opponent, but most important, we have the self-belief. The players, they believe in themselves, and they believe in each other. And we are talking a lot in the camp that it's when we are together and we have this jersey on, we are Taifa Stars. We are not this club or this club or this club. We put all this behind us. Now we are one family. We are together. Because you know in this country that there is a lot of talk about this club and this club and this club. And we really try to talk with the players. Okay, I'm from this club, you are from this club. But here, we are together. We are Topo Pomortia, we play as a unit, and we want to achieve something. Because I asked the player yesterday, why are you here? What do you want to achieve? And they all say, we want to achieve to qualify for the AFCON final. And we want to achieve to go for the CHAN final. And then I asked them, how do we do that? How do you do that? They say, we have to be united, stay together as one team, as one Taifa Stars. When they walk out of the camp, end of the next week, then they go back, and now one play here, one play here. But when we are here, we don't talk about this club, this club, and this club. We talk about Taifa Stars. And I can tell you, even if one player is from one big club and another is from another big club, they like to work together. Because the players, they like to play together train together with the best players in the country. Here they are playing with the best player, not only in the country, but the best Tanzanian player, because the player from abroad, they're also coming to join the camp. So there is a spirit and there is a good atmosphere in the camp, and the players are looking ready for these 3 games. Asante sana.
Any question?
Yes, coach. How difficult is for you personally to give the chance to these coming talents like George and Aziz, and at the same time, we also want to achieve so as to be in a good position in FIFA?
Yeah, that's always a balance, but if you always look very short on it, you won't achieve anything. Sometimes you have to take also the long-term glasses on and say, if we call George and Pola or player in, if we don't give them any playing time, why should we call them in? So on the one hand, that is a part of our journey to give this player a chance to see how they can cope with international football. And when we have selected them, we believe in them, we have trust in them that they will go out and do a good performance. And sometimes you have to say, yes, we want to have a good result, but the most important also is that we are looking for good performance. Because at the end of the day, if you perform well, if you do a good performance, there is a good chance that you will get a good result. And if you get a good result, you will get a good stand in the fixture. But it doesn't start with result, it starts with performance. So we have this player, and we are sure that tomorrow, when we will put a number of these players, because tomorrow's game will be without Simba players, because they have been playing and they have been traveling, they're not even here yet. So they will not be a part of the team tomorrow. There will be the foreign player and the player who trained with us yesterday. And there is a number of young players, new players, and they are there because we are ready to give them the chance, because we have the belief in them.
And one more question.
Yeah.
You are also explaining about Adi Yusuf, that he's another player who is expected to be learning Dar es Salaam. Is he into our plan? Because he was not in the list you gave us on the last press briefing.
No, and that was because there was some issue at that moment which I could not highlight. But of course, we have followed Adi Yusuf, and we know that he is scoring some goals for his club. So, but at that moment, I was not in a position that I could tell you about. So we have been monitoring him like the others all the time, and now everything worked out, and he could be here. So we have also the same belief in him like everyone else. And I'm quite happy that we have some striker like George Sempola, we have Yusuf, we have Ibrahim, and some of these players they look quite strong and solid, and I'm excited to see them playing international games. A guy like Ibrahim, he has scored a number of goals also. George Sempola is very aggressive, and I like that the present they're coming with. Maybe they're a little bit raw in some technical aspect in some way, but I think it's important when you invite players. Should you look for their weakness or should you look for their strengths? Exactly. So if you take George Sempola, maybe one would say, but this guy technically is not so good. Oh, maybe he's right. But is he strong? Is he aggressive? Can he shoot with both legs? Yeah. So we're looking at his strengths. If you have like 1, 2, or maybe 3 strengths as a football player, you can go far. And it's not your weakness, it will always be your strengths who bring you to the top level, to the national team. Thank you.
Coach,
yes?
I want to know, maybe according to your preparations and your planning, is to win all matches. So how sure, how are you confident to say that you can get the result or to those 3 matches, international matches?
When I speak with the players and when we had meeting with them yesterday, we are not talking about result. We are talking about that they should go in and perform. I think that mindset is important for me, that the players are coming with a performance attitude, that they can perform. Because if you tell them, you have to win. If you don't win, we will kill you or whatever. They will be very nervous. So don't stress the players. Try to every player who are here, they want to win tomorrow, for sure. So we tell them, go out and perform and use your strengths, and what your strengths, give that to the team. So if Shadrach has some strengths, I have some strengths, and we put that together, we have a strong team. So that's what we are focusing on. That is the performance. And hopefully the performance will give us some good result. Thank you.
Coach, I have two questions. One, there have been different opinions about different players coming into the national team, and some of them were not included in the list. Is there any room for players to be added within these 7 days? And the other thing is, do you think these 3 matches are enough for you to get something technical and tactical for the players and join them in the games for qualifying after the CHAN during July and June?
As a coach, you always want more. You want more preparation. And now we have this, and we play 3 international matches. That's good. Then when we come to June, when we have to start the AFCON qualifiers, of course, I will hope that we can get a good camp before we have to play the AFCON qualifiers to finalize our preparation. But that is the life for the modern coach, that there is a league, and the league is going on, and that's not only for me, that's for every coaches. When you select a team, yes, I think it's very natural, and it's obviously that there will be discussion. Because maybe one man say, I think this player. But you say, no, it should be him. And now we start the discussion. That is the part of the football life, the interest. So for me, it's a healthy and good discussion. And this discussion is everywhere in the world. Every coach who selects a team, there will always be some people say, maybe they also can have personal interest. So maybe they are saying something because they have a personal interest. I think you understand what I'm saying, right? So there will always be this discussion. And I think it's fair. Even when Shadrach and me, we are talking about the team, we say, okay, this player. But if we take him, we cannot take this player. Because our job, my job, is to balance things out. First of all, there is a limited number. I think this time 26 players is enough. Then the 26 players, you think, okay, we take 20 midfielder. Hey, it doesn't make sense. So you have to split it up to say, we need to take some defender. From the defenders, you again say, okay, we need to have some on the left side, on the right side, fullback. We need to have some in the center. We need also to have a balance about experienced players and players who are new. So we try to balance all these things out. For the man on the street, he discussed football. Maybe this is my favorite player, and he's not there, so I'm not happy. I want this player to be here. Which is fair. But the job for a coach is to see the whole picture. The last part of your question, if we can add more player, yes, you can always add more player. But that is not the plan to add more player for the moment. But you never know what happened. That can be, we have had a long time with COVID issue. People can be sick or whatever, injured, and then we have to make adjustment to that. But the plan is to stick with the players we have selected, because we mean that is what we think is the good team. And I hear a little bit of discussion, but there's also a lot of people telling, good selection, good selection, good selection, good that you bring new player in, that we have this player and this. But a part of football life is the discussion. Even if a club is playing, you always, why the coach not taking him instead of him? That's football. Let's discuss, and that's football. End of the job, end of the day, the final word for the national team is me, and I can take that we have this discussion. That's fine. I try to tell you my argument, why are we choosing, who we are choosing. Thank you very much. Always a pleasure to see you. even the Masika have started, but I hope to see you at the National Stadium as well. Huh? Yeah, that's correct. That's a difference. So, thank you very much.
Yes,
Unajiuliza namna gani utapata taarifa za michezo zenye uhakika kwa timu zipendazo? Ni rahisi sana. Mpenja TV ipo kwa ajili ya kukupa matukio yote makubwa kutoka kwenye maeneo mbalimbali. Mashabiki, wachezaji, viongozi wa michezo, hapa ndio kwao. Sasa tembelea chaneli yetu ya YouTube kupitia simu yako au laptop, andika Mpenja TV, ukutana na taarifa kibao za uhakika, kisha bofya subscribe uwe mwanafamilia, na bofya alama ya kengele upate taarifa kila inapoingia. Na pia fuatilia updates za taarifa zetu kupitia Instagram kwa kuandika Mpenja TV_. Mpenja TV, tunazungumza michezo.